The congressman joins us now. Good morning, and thanks for coming on.
Oh, good morning, April.
We also want to ask you about this week's historic summit with North Korea, but let's start with the veterans bills. How do they help?
Well, I think the first bill helps in these in Colorado and across the country. A lot of these judicial districts have started these veterans courts, and I sat through one in Adams County. They're incredibly impressive, where they really I think identify and connect with these veterans who've unfortunately fallen into the criminal justice system. Sometimes difficulties in adjusting to civilian versus military life, post-traumatic stress disorder, issues like that, and it really taps into that common bond of being veterans. And so we have a VA representative, which is the federal component of these programs, that aligns these veterans with mental health services, with substance abuse issues, to get them on the right path and to keep them out of being incarcerated. And so a very successful program. So one bill was an expansion of that program. And the second bill was, we have yet to really fully acknowledge the fact that women play a much larger role in our military, and thus are playing a greater percentage of veterans now accessing care and the VA benefits. And so we need to make that adjustment. So what this does, there's a peer-to-peer program in counseling, and it provides a plus-up of the peer-to-peer women counselors, female counselors for our female veterans, to keep them from falling through the cracks in terms of veteran homelessness and suicide. And so both bills, bipartisan, obviously, and unanimously passed the House.
And those are two bills that I think every American can get behind. We wanted to ask you, though, before we let you go, about North Korea. Are you pleased with the results of the summit? What were your expectations? What do you think going forward?
Well, I think it's early to judge it. One of the things I think in the president's suspension of these major military exercises, that I know there's some criticism that it's going to compromise our readiness. Our headquarters elements are already there, and so we have follow-on forces that augment those. And so we can still do those tabletop exercises with our South Korean counterparts and other coalition partners. So we won't have the ground and the air components, the maneuver elements. But I think that there's an exaggeration in terms of the compromise of readiness. There's an exaggeration on the president's part in terms of the cost savings, since those forces are going to have to participate in military exercises whether they're in South Korea or not.
Yeah. We'll have you back to talk about it in the future. Congressman, thanks so much for the time.
Hey, thank you.